Welcome to my channel. My name is Roseanne and I'll be your guide today. I hope that you'll join me for a strong leg focused yoga class for long, strong legs, featuring a lot of runner's lunges and other warrior poses. So when you're ready to begin, we'll start standing today. Oh, and if you'd like to have 2 blocks or eggs, whatever you have to lift the earth up to you, they can come in handy, especially working on a little bit of mobility with the hips. So find your position at the top of your mat. Ground through the feet. And even here, press the feet into the earth. Lift up through the kneecaps. The quads engage. Turn them on, arms strong by your sides. Inhale, arms come overhead. And exhale, bring them to heart center. Still with that press through the feet. Inhale, arms up. And exhale to heart. So one more like this. Hands to heart. Step back with that left leg. Short stance for warrior one. Let's warm up through the body here. So nice, rich knee bend in the front leg. And arms will reach up as the leg lengthens. Palms face the short edge of your mat as you bend the lead knee and the elbows come in toward the ribs. Reach up and bend. Lengthen and bend. While in motion, see if you can press still evenly through both feet, especially that back heel. One more time, reach. Hands palm to palm, re-bend that lead knee and come into your warrior one to find some stillness. Check out and see if that knee is in alignment with the second and the third toe as you release the toes so they're not gripping the mat. Around 2 more breaths. Find your power here. Inhale. And exhale to open to warrior two. Heel toe, that back foot further behind you as you need. And find your position, perhaps heel to center of foot, but it doesn't have to be. Strong arms as if you're pressing down on a table. And roll out that front thigh if you find it's caving in. A little more for our warming. Lengthen lead leg as the arms reach and bend. So preparing for practice, even though this is still strong. It will get stronger. A few more. Last one, reach. And rebend. Again, stay, find your drishti over those lead fingers. Two more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, that left arm will sweep forward as you pivot onto the back toes, come onto the forefoot, runner's lunge, our first one here. And this is where you might take those blocks and bring your hands to them. Highest height, perhaps, depends on your body. And here, with a long and strong back leg, lengthen the lead leg and rebend. Lengthen and rebend. It's a few like this. One more time, lengthen and rebend and pause. And see if you can find a long line from the heel all the way to the crown. The body is angled forward. And I'll just show you. It's not what I want you to do. But if the body comes up, we have to often arch in the low back. We don't want that when the back leg is lengthened. And strength in your legs as they draw toward one another isometrically. So they're kind of pulling in on the mat. And then see if you can release the blocks. You may or may not be able to. Hands to the hips, still angled forward, and lengthen that lead leg and bend. Lengthen and bend with less support, seeing if the knee can track in line with second and third toe. Your leg might be burning. Let's do 2 more. Last one, lengthen, bend, stay pitched forward as you circle the arms forward or have them at heart center. They can be by the sides of the ears. Breathe here. Stay in the lunge. Those outer thighs hug toward one another a little. And we're inhale and exhale. That left hand will come down, rotate toward the right lead knee. And then frame the front foot and step back into a plank. Now we think of plank as core work. It's also in the legs here, just like you did when you were standing and you pressed into the earth with the feet. Press the heels back, really activate through the fronts of the legs, the quads turn on. And breathe. One more inhale. And exhale, bend the knees to hover them for a moment. That can get a little bit into the quads too. Might need to adjust a little bit here. Rock forward and back. Again, quads. And hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll stay with that right leg lifted up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip for a moment to the right. Then hips face the earth again as you draw that right leg through. Lift up again into your runner's lunge. But then bend the back knee. And this is where knee is in alignment with the torso. The torso does lift up into our traditional lunge. And from here, hands can come out in front of you. Press the palms together and slide right hand along the left arm and open up to the right and boomerang. Maybe deepen your lunge a little here. We're inhale and exhale. That right hand will come forward. Palms meet. Blade the back foot. Slide left hand along the right arm and open up into warrior two. And then pivots your toes. Face me, face the long edge of your mat here. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale to fold. Angle perhaps those heels slightly in, toes turn to the outside edges of your mat so you can bend the knees and come into a little squat here. And again, come into the forward fold. And if you have blocks, slide them over to the opposite end of your mat for in a moment. Hang here, bend and lengthen the legs. Bend and lengthen. Round 2 more. Last one, bend, lengthen, sweep hands over to the opposite end of your mat. And let's step forward. From here, bend those knees richly as the hands come to heart center for chair. Also really great for quads, legs, but quads. And press back up to that standing position. Arms can circle overhead if you have the room. And bring them to heart as you again focus on that press of the feet. 2 more times. Last time, arms reach overhead. Bring hands to heart center and step back with that right foot, short stance, warrior one on this other side. So find your base of support. For some of us, it's wide, wider than others. Just make sure you're not on that balance beam. Train tracks. Arms can reach up. Turn the palms toward the short edge of your mat as you lengthen lead leg. Bend elbows, re-bend lead leg. Again. Long, strong breath as you find the power in your legs. 2 more. Last one, reach. And then hands can stay up in the air. Turn the palms into face one another as you rebend the lead leg. So we're in our warrior one to pause. Again, release the toes. Check out that front knee. How's it doing? How does it feel, more importantly? Find your powerful warrior. One more inhale. As you exhale, heel toe, and find your warrior two. Turn your body open toward me. Reach those arms long and see if you can stack pelvis and shoulders. Flip the palms, lengthen lead leg as arms reach, and bend. Repeat. And watch the tracking of that knee. Find some ease here. Strong but calm. One more time. Reach and rebend and settle in. Find your strength as you ensure the knee is tracking. Feet are both pressing and drawing in on that mat. A few more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, pivot on those back toes as that right arm sweeps forward. Hands perhaps in line with the ears. Lean forward. Hands will come down either to the earth or those blocks once more. Nice bend in the left knee, only to lengthen your leg and rebend. And find the full stride of your stance here. At the full length that's needed so that the knee doesn't go beyond the toes. That lead knee just kind of goes in line with the ankle for most of us. It's usually the safest place. Sometimes a little bit past the ankle's okay, but depends on your body. A slight hug again of the outer thighs. Sense of energy traveling backward in space. Notice how heavy the hands might be on the blocks. And then bend that lead knee. And see now if you can release the blocks, only if it serves. Hands perhaps to hips, lengthen and bend. Find the strength of the hips. One side's always more challenging. Long spine. Let's do two more. Last one. Stay in that rich knee bend. Arms come by the sides of the ears for a few breaths. Stay steadfast here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And bend that back knee. Let the torso rise. It's tall. Arms come out in front. Press palms together. Left hand glides along right arm. Rotate left. Boomerang. One more breath in. And sweep left hand forward. Press palms together. Slide. Whew. Right hand along that left arm. Ooh. Warrior two. And again, pivot on those back toes. Lean the body forward, back into that runner's lunge. There's this draw of that left heel toward the body. Inhale and exhale to plant the right hand, rotate toward the left thigh. And hands come down as you step back again into that plank. Focus on the fronts of the legs. And hopper step so that you're in a wide squat at the front of your mat. Okay. Those upper arms can come to the inner thighs. So we sit nice and tall and press ourselves to stand. Arms can circle overhead and hands back to heart center. We'll take that right leg forward and pitch the body forward and lift the left leg off the earth. Just work into the back of the leg a little bit here. Activate through your back heel, press the leg away from you. A little bit of balance challenge. One more inhale and exhale to come up tall. Bring that leg through. See how high you can lift it without leaning back. And feet side by each. That right leg will come back now as the body comes parallel to the floor, if able. Maybe lengthen those arms out for a few breaths. One more inhale and exhale to sweep that leg through. Draw the toes up and feet side by each. Arms sweep overhead. And fold. Let's dangle here for a moment. Challenging part is done. Heel toe, those feet a little wider. Shouldn't have said that because we'll sit in mala, but lower the booty toward the floor. The upper arm comes to the inseam of the leg so we can sit nice and tall here. Open the inseams. Reach the crown to sky. One more inhale. And exhale, hands plant down, step back into that plank. And a nice slow lower to the floor. Now stretch to the back or the front of the leg a little bit here. With bow pose, bend both knees, reach toward the feet or perhaps clasp the ankles. Press front of pelvis down, inhale. And exhale to prepare. One more inhale to lift into an arc. Stretch to the front line. More inhale and exhale to lower back down. Press yourself into a child's pose. Widen those knees, maybe a little wider than normal for a nice stretch in the inner thighs. Allow the breath to be fluid. Massage the forehead on the earth. And slide those hands in to press yourself back up. Knees can come a little closer together. So maybe hip width or shoulder width apart. Probably shoulder width. And see if you can lift the hips. So again, stretch the fronts of the legs. And see if your bottom will sit on your heels. If not, you could stay seated just on your bottom, like so. This can be enough of a stretch for a lot of people. Or you might lean back onto the forearms. few more breaths as you let the head be cradled here. More inhale and exhale to return onto the hands. Release one shin from beneath you and then the other. Lift a little higher. Find a little press through the legs, the glutes, and lower the bottom down. And you might want to slide the left leg out a little, depending how tight you are. You can cross that right ankle over the left one. Adjust here. I like to turn my fingertips out. Do what feels good for you. If you don't like this, could be lying down, exact same pose, just on your back. Inhale to the glutes here. And exhale, as we allow that right foot to lower or to that leg to cross over in a supine twist if you prefer. Or seated here, inhale nice and tall. Could lengthen out bottom leg if it feels better. And next time you exhale, rotate toward the lead leg, the top leg. Backhand can come as a kickstand. Explore the IT band, the hip, and this thoracic rotation. Return to center. Could take that same hand as top cross leg and extend it. Rebend, lengthen, side bend toward the long leg. And let's switch sides. So that left leg will come up and across. Flex top foot always. So important to protect the knee. If you don't like this, again, lie down. And into the sensation the body has to offer. A few more breaths. Slowing things down. Another inhale. And exhale to let that left foot ground or come into a supine rotation. Find your seat. Long spine, inhale. Again, could extend the bottom leg. And either way, rotate when you're ready. If you can release the shoulders a little. Worked hard today. Enjoy this stretch. More inhale. And exhale to turn the torso back to center. A left hand comes to outside of foot. Maybe extend the leg. Knee could be bent, right? Whatever works. Then rebend knee, if not already there. Lengthen leg. And inhale over. And return to center. Perhaps your legs, your soles of feet meet in cobbler and round forward. Inhale. Exhale to rise. And close those knees like a book. Perhaps give yourself a little hug. Do the same thing on the back too. And you might come to cross-legged. rely on the earth just to take stock with a few breaths here. Perhaps gaze at the forehead, center of the forehead. And now continue to breathe as you wiggle the fingers and toes. Perhaps flutter the eyes open and sense yourself here in your space, in your room, and reach those arms overhead. And bring the hands through to heart center. I hope that you enjoyed this strong leg yoga class. Satnam. If you're looking to continue your practice and really stretch things out, I have a video that focuses on stretching the hips and the legs, and a meditation that you could also choose from. Feel free to subscribe or share or like this video. Take care.